No, one book.
And still, it's like I'm the last of the real. It's like I'm the last of the.
I've got a question. How old are you guys?
20.
12.
25.
No, I'm 20. George is 20. And you're 21.
Oh, you guys are babies.
We are.
Yeah. Why does everyone say that? When you get to a certain age, what age was that where you started calling people babies?
I swear to God, you know when I reached 15, I thought to myself, yeah, I can watch like adult movies in the cinema now, right?
Yeah.
But an 18-year-old will look at me like,
You're just a baby.
child.
What's Wakanda Forever? What's
But
that?
then when I reached 18, I was like, yeah, big man now.
Yeah.
And then a 20-year-old will be like,
What were you doing at 18?
I actually.
nothing, man.
Oh.
No, you must have been doing
You
something.
must have been.
Was that uni?
Yeah, you said you
Yeah,
were
I
at
was at
uni
uni.
for like 4 years.
So I did 3 years at Leicester, and then 1 year I had to study abroad.
Oh, why'd you have to go abroad?
It's just like part of the course.
That's cool. Where'd you go?
Netherlands.
Wow, nice. A lot of nice fit girls over there. Or,
Yeah.
boy,
Oh,
or
yeah.
boys, whatever you're into, Amir.
But the Dutch
We
girls are
don't
all taller
judge.
than me.
Yeah, that's true.
It's
You are
true.
quite short.
No, I'm alright.
Nah, I'm joking. I'm joking. What are you, 6 foot?
5'8", would you say?
5'9", I'd say
5'8".
5'9".
5'9".
Yeah,
I'm
it's
6'9".
always
We're
go,
all on the same level.
always go
really.
one up. Always go one up. On my Tinder profile is 6 foot.
Why the fuck?
I'm
do
not
you have
actually
Tinder?
6 foot. I'm like 5'11".
Why'd you have Tinder?
I've got Tinder, Hinge, Grinder.
That is such an energy drain. Why did you say grinder?
No, I didn't say that. I mean, like, I've got Tinder and Hinge, and I don't get anything off it, so I just do it just to please myself. To
do it
think that I
manually.
can get.
I
Oh,
see.
what are the
I
matches
see you
like
do
in
it.
Cambridge?
Yeah.
The matches.
Yeah.
Oh, students.
Oh,
are
right.
paying.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so
okay.
Cambridge is a city, right,
Jesus
where there's
Christ.
loads of universities, 2 universities.
What kind of students?
Yeah.
There's two.
I don't want to hear about it.
There's 2 universities, right?
Oh.
And the university students are, they're pretty tasty.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Man said
But the
tasty.
ones who are still at college, they're like,
Oh yeah, the ones that are like 16.
What is going on?
Anyway,
Anyways, alright,
I mean, if
back
you got any
to-
questions for us, let's get started then. Let's go on. Go on then.
Mad.
I want to know what you lot do on your day to day.
George, you can go first 'cause you're barefoot.
Yeah. Tell me.
I only do a few things, to be honest. I play the didgeridoo.
Yeah, he does.
He started with the didgeridoo.
He
Yeah.
does. Why are you grabbing my trumper?
You know, it's actually one of it's the coolest instrument in the world because it's just a bit of wood. So in this specific part of Australia, you get eucalyptus trees that grow, and the termites, they eat the inside. So all you have to do, go to this specific place in Australia, find a eucalyptus tree, cut a piece of the trunk, and you've got a ready-made didgeridoo because the termites have eaten out the inside.
Is that actually is that how it is?
And then
Yeah.
then what do you do with the
And then-
trunk?
Yeah.
What do you do with the trunk? Be
Oh,
careful.
man, I wanted to hear that with headphones, man. Fuck.
Okay. Now describe what you do with the trunk, George.
So you get one end, and you basically blow a raspberry into...
Just got water everywhere. What the? Why, man? So you blow a raspberry?
Yeah, you blow a tight, a really tight raspberry.
Into what?
Why are
Into the
you
wood.
grabbing me?
Into the wood. Alright, so
Yeah, so you're
tell us
kind of
what-
like
Oh, okay.
something like that,
Yeah.
but into the end of the eucalyptus tree, and then you get a sound that, well, for me anyway, is really grounding. It makes me feel
Yeah.
really like one with myself.
Sound healing is really cool. Apparently, the pyramids were built for sound healing.
Oh, this is interesting.
In ancient Egypt, the way that it is, I don't know. the way,
Where are you going? Where are you going with
shape,
this?
the shape
you
of
going?
it. Apparently, people will stand in the middle of the pyramid.
Yeah.
This is all theory, but I suppose it could be true. And it's meant to just balance your energy centers or your chakras.
Like-
But it does,
Yeah.
honestly. After oh my god, I just hit the mic.
It's alright.
Is there a thing called? No. There is a thing called circular breathing.
Why did you
Right.
ask?
Listen, when you eat a Toblerone, right?
Okay.
It's grounding.
Have any
It's
of
a
you heard of
pyramid,
circular
yeah.
breathing?
No, I haven't. What's that?
Circular breathing is where instead of with your mouth you can create a sound like, but if you want to do that forever,
Yeah.
you've got to somehow take air in through your nose while you fill up your cheeks. I can't do it yet, but it's something like so you're always filling your cheeks with air.
Wow.
So you do that with the didgeridoo, and you can hold a constant tone.
A what?
A didgeridoo, mate.
Oh,
didgeridoo.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But
he said
when
it
when you do this, when I do this,
Get
I
off
feel
me.
after like a minute of doing this, I feel insane. Like I feel so one with myself. I feel like there's no thoughts, there's no concepts. It's just
People get that through different things.
Yeah.
Like some people, you get that through exercise. Like exercise produces endorphins, and it just makes your thoughts so like there's no thoughts.
even just
Feels
making
grounded.
sound in general.
So
Yeah.
George,
Like this is
Talking
what I
is
do.
therapeutic.
I look at myself and I think, why do I have this? Like, why do I have feet? Why do I have legs? Why do I have anything? Why do I have a voice? What's the evolutionary reason for me having a voice? And for me, I always use my voice to ground myself.
yeah.
If I'm in a really weird headspace, I sit there and I'm like,
Yeah.
and it's like it clears your headspace completely. If you're aware of that tone and you let that tone consume you like nothing else, it permeates through all of the shit, and you come out of it and you're like, wow, that's what life actually is. Life is beautiful. Life is amazing.
You like blowing wood.
Oh, I love.
That's basically
I love
what
blowing
you're
a bit
saying.
of
You
wood.
like blowing wood.
Yeah,
That is what you're saying. Every
In a
morning you wake
nutshell.
up and you blow wood.
yeah.
Yeah? For how long? 30 minutes.
About 2 hours a
grabbing me.
day.
2 hours a day of blowing wood. That's what we love to hear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
All right.
I do
That's
things
good.
with balls as well.
What balls? Juggling balls.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like
juggles?
juggling balls.
That's another
Yeah,
thing.
That's
I
good.
have a very overactive mind. I need something.
Oh,
to,
I've seen that actually. You do, yeah. You juggle a lot of balls.
Amir has seen that,
Mate,
bro.
can we set a boundary? Can
Yeah.
we tell Josh to stop grabbing
You
my
know what?
arm?
You know, in the edit, I'm gonna make a compilation of every time you grab
Yeah,
it.
just stop that. So should we move on to me and what I do?
How come- yeah.
you. What you?
But-
It's 'cause
but-
these guys
but-
are drinking
But,
alcohol,
but before you tell me, how come you didn't wear a suit today?
Ooh.
Oh man, I've moved from that now.
What?
I'm going into the comfortable
Kanye look.
vintage, the Kanye look. Yeah, very nice color palette. Yeah,
You a Kanye
It's
fan?
Very simple.
Why are you wet?
I love Kanye.
You've got a little bit of water on your sleeve.
I spat water because you just kept doing this.
What do you like about Kanye? What do you like about Kanye while George sucks his wood?
Now,
I mean, blows his wood.
Kanye is a very interesting figure because he is so creative and he's so inspirational. He is my biggest inspiration for sure. And he's so multifaceted. He's gone through so many different phases of his creative evolution. But he's very strongly opinionated.
I saw
And,
that he uses his paparazzi for bodyguards now.
Okay. But yeah,
He
I think
uses
Kanye,
paparazzi as
Brain just,
bodyguards.
hold on, I just got migraines.
I
How
think-
is that possible?
Because he basically is so friendly with the bodyguards because they respect him so much. I mean, the paparazzi. So then they turn into his bodyguards. So if someone tries to like beef him, then the paparazzi.
oh,
will
you
be
know
like,
what?
"No."
I think that's he
That's
does
such
he
a
does
strap.
that.
Yeah, it's
you
such
know-
a
you
strap.
know
He's
what?
on his own all the
It's
time.
because he had a bad incident with the paparazzi once. He like hit them and like smacked the
Oh.
camera out of their hands, and then he had like loads of media
They fear
attacking
him.
him.
They fear him.
And then he started being nicer to paparazzi. And now, like, they all kind of hurdle around him, and they all have this like weird mutual respect for each
Yeah.
other. And then, like, he uses them to his advantage because, like, have you seen those clips of him? Like,
I've seen,
talking in the car, for example. He's like, he's probably like, guys, get this because I want to speak some truth. Or I want to say
Yeah.
that
He
because obviously
uses
he's cancelled from social media, so he's
It's
like
a mutually
using that.
beneficial
He's using that as
relationship.
Pretty
figure-
cool.
That's actually a smart strategy.
Pretty
It is.
cool.
And I think Kanye is great because, like, as I was saying before, I don't know if this cut off or not, but being like braggadocious and being overly opinionated just makes people just like you get attention from doing that, you know. As
Having your own
opposed to
opinion.
being-
Having your own opinion.
yeah, having your own opinion is so useful, especially if you're like a public figure. I think a lot of people they try to fit in with everyone else, and it just makes you like a just another person.
What's your opinion on Elon Musk owning Twitter now?
I don't really know.
I don't even use-
I don't
you-
care. Why do you care?
Because I use Twitter a little bit to like just vent my thoughts.
I don't
and
like-
Who
stuff.
cares?
I never
Why do you
liked
care
Twitter.
who owns it? That's
Because
irrelevant.
the fact that the amount of changes he's done,
It's
crazy.
It's
like
the autonomy. He's like
there's people
controlling a lot
tweeting
of
like
things.
Jimmy Fallon. I saw tweeted just like, "Oh, Elon, help me with this hashtag," because it says like R.I.P. Jimmy Fallon because he's like, some people were like, "Oh, he's dead."
Imagine
he
if you
helped
got
them.
verified, you'd have to pay for verification.
Yeah, that's
You'd have
silly.
to pay
But
for it.
it just
That's
devalues
silly.
what verification is. You
Yeah.
can
Exactly,
pay
that's
for it.
the-
What?
He's turning
What
it
is
into a
it?
business.
Yeah. So he's making you pay for
Or maybe he's
verification.
making a mockery of it. I don't know. I feel
Oh,
like
that's a good take.
Maybe
Elon
it's a
Musk-
joke, yeah.
Elon Musk doesn't need
so
more
much
money.
He wants to destabilize everything.
Yeah.
George, what do you mean by that? Evaluate on what you just
Well,
said.
when you've got enough money, I mean, if I had enough money, I'd look at the things that people are taking too seriously and just try and make a mockery of it to highlight that you shouldn't be putting any focus
It's
into
so
this. Like,
funny.
people are so focused on things that aren't even real.
Imagine if he made it like £2.
Yeah,
Yeah,
£2.
that's-
£2. Everyone would just.
You know how
And everyone's got a little tick next to them.
I mean, even $8 is like nothing. That's an hourly wage.
Did
So
you hear
a
sorry,
month,
Do you mind
it's
if I cut
easy.
in? Like, so basically, like, let's say what's a verified account like that is trusted, like a company, for example. Let's say Nike for example,
Right
right?
now, go on.
Yeah,
Ryanair. Why Ryanair? Why do you say Ryanair? Okay, that's so random.
Ryanair are quite big on social media, but Nike. Imagine that there was a Nike profile. This is the official Nike Twitter. Some random person can or could, before it was patched by Elon, can make an account, right, and make their username like, I don't know, Nike official, because, you know, let's say the real
And
account is Nike, is
verify
at
it.
Nike. Verify it and then start tweeting things like, oh, we've just purchased a new sweatshop. We've cut our, you know, like pay down, whatever.
That's
And-
obviously
and
the
that
point.
that dropped stock prices of companies because people were making like random accounts and dropping
Yeah,
their
yeah,
stock
he hasn't-
prices.
he hasn't
It was
thought
Or
fucking
maybe that's
funny.
all he's trying to do. He's just trying to create a ripple in the sort of social media world.
He's having
Like,
fun.
Yeah, exactly.
He's having
why,
so
why
much
wouldn't you
fun.
have fun when you have billions and you've worked that hard? Why wouldn't you have a bit of fun, even if that fun costs you?
Well, the fact
More
that he
money.
replies to every tweet is crazy.
That's mad. He's
That's
got so much going
not
on.
human.
You
Like,
don't have
what?
to. Like, we look at things
Yeah.
and we can choose
Yeah.
to feed into it or not. Like, someone starts drama, you can either feed into it, you can reply to it, get involved, or just not care. And it's probably best to not care. But these people like Elon Musk, they're feeding into the things that are coming up on social media on purpose,
Same
because it's
thing.
actually giving them more
Strategy.
exposure.
It's so
like
much
I was
strategy.
saying,
Yeah.
with Kanye, like, I don't think Kanye's stupid.
He's
Like, because
winning.
I'm like, the tweet he made was like, I'm gonna go DEFCON 3 on, you know. He could have just said to the media. Why didn't he just say to the media? Because everyone would have agreed, because everyone doesn't like really trust the media, right? But that wouldn't have caused so much like,
Controversy and
that
hate
wouldn't have.
and like,
Everyone talks about him now.
controversy.
Like
There's-
everyone, even people who
There's
don't
organized
Yeah.
controversy nowadays.
Yeah.
Like,
100%.
in fact, probably everything. Most things you look at are organized. They're there in that way because they were planned.
Even we organize videos.
Yeah.
Like, you say that some people, they're like, "What? I can't believe you met Isaac HP." It's like,
Yeah.
bro, I messaged Isaac HP. We set it up. It took a week to film, and we've done it. And it's like, well, it wasn't. I just met him on the street.
Well,
I
we live
organized it.
in
So
the
imagine
attention
us
economy.
with money. We'd be doing the same
Bro.
thing on a grander
Well, look
scale.
at Mr. Beast. Everyone thinks, oh, the Cybermen are in his videos. Great, they were in his videos because he organized it. It took him like a month to organize the videos.
And they benefit from that
Exactly.
as well. They're paid to be there. They get exposure.
The same with
a
everything
win-win.
now. Yeah, even Google, bigger companies, they're just organizing everything. They've got teams for that stuff. Like this podcast was organized. Without that organization, you're not going to get the spread or the awareness that you need.
Yeah, nothing
to
just
grow.
like comes about from nothing.
Nowadays,
it's
anyway, right?
always from some kind of organization.
Yeah,
And that's why I
nowadays.
don't really trust. I don't listen to what I hear directly. I take it in, but then I process it first before blindly believing it, because so much stuff nowadays, they want you to blindly just believe and take
Instagram.
it.
Andrew
Instagram
Andrew
pages.
Tate says,
Yeah.
I allow the enemy to manipulate my mind to see where they want me to go.
Yeah, that's it.
and
Like,
then,
he's
and then what does he say after that? I've forgotten. But he just says that he ignores it, and then now he knows where the enemy wants
Yeah.
him to
You,
go.
you
Let
could
it-
say
That's the
another
opposite.
thing you could say is I create the box that you want
That's a good
people to
mindset
come
to have,
into.
you know.
Yeah, but I think people know that subconsciously. Like I subconsciously did that. Like I was doing a lot of things. Like, I was trying to model. I was doing TikTok. I was working, and I was at uni at the same time. Like balancing so many things.
Masturbating a lot.
Masturbating
a
and
lot.
reading books about masturbating.
that's
too.
another one.
all of that.
Yeah.
Playing the didgeridoo.
Playing the fucking
All of it.
blowing wood.
No, I played your didgeridoo.
Oh, that's a story for
We don't
another
have
time.
to talk about that here.
Yeah.
But I was on I was working, and I'll get to it because I want to link this with what Andrew Tate said
Hurry
about
up,
like
go on.
manipulating.
Hurry up.
So there's this guy who works at so I worked at Gant.
Yeah.
And it was like a store manager from another store. This guy's 40. He's bald. He's balding. Like he's fat. He's fat, right? And I'm like, oh, like I'm thinking I'm gonna drop out of uni, like to pursue whatever, right? And then I look at this guy, and he's like, just give it another year. You're already in it. You're already doing it, kind of thing. And I'm looking at him. I'm like, do I want to be like you? No.
Balding, fat,
Like
and
if you're
Ingan.
giving me
Yeah.
advice and you just like not even just looking at him from like a surface level, just like listening to the things he's saying as well, like his mindset, I'm just like I'm gonna do exactly the opposite of what you said. I do it with everyone. My parents are like, do this, do that, but because my parents aren't rich, I would rather listen to somebody else who is rich than my parents, if you know what I mean.
Money is so interesting, right? Because they're literally sitting working at a job earning what 30,000-40,000 £40,000 a year, whereas there's a 16-year-old kid who's just made that in 2 days.
Literally. Yeah.
And it's like, why can you not see that 16-year-old kid and be like, what am I doing here working
It doesn't
at Gap?
fit in their paradigm.
No, they can't actually understand it. You talk to these people, it's like, you tell them this, they're like, what do you mean? Oh no, I'm happy, I'm comfortable here, because they're just stuck
They're comfortable. That's
in
it.
that little spot for the rest
That's
of their
the
life.
beauty of being a human being. We're so adaptable. We can adapt to any situation. You put human in any situation, they will become a product of that environment.
I think that's the beauty of social media, really, because without social media, we wouldn't have evolved so much to the point where we understand everyone else's problems and world issues.
Yeah.
Even you can link Twitter to that. We talked about Elon Musk. Elon Musk can control so many people because the amount of people that will look at a tweet and be like, "Wow, I'm gonna believe that," is insane.
Yeah, people
Especially
just go
now
along
he's got
with
that power.
Whatever.
we don't know anything
crazy.
though. At the end of the day, we really don't know anything.
Oh yeah, we know nothing.
Everything we think we know, and this is really a strategy for life. You think you know something, forget it. Like, you don't know anything. Like, it's okay to have
All you know is what you do.
exactly.
Yourself.
And life is about doing. Life is not about thinking or being in your head. It's about doing. The more you do, the less you think. The more you think, the less you do.
Yeah, so if all you do is wank, then all you're gonna know is about wanking.
Thank you.
Can I ask you something? How has social media changed all of you?
So I would like to go first.
Okay.
So,
Right, put your hand up then.
I
Oh, well done.
So I started making videos 2020 because I wanted to spread a message of positivity. He's grabbing my arm again. I wanted to, basically, I was reading a lot of books. I started reading. I started changing my habits, right? Because I had a spiritual awakening when I was 17.
What triggered
this was
that?
in 2019. I smoked weed, marijuana.
way.
Yeah.
No, you smoked weed.
Yeah, I
Wait,
did.
wait, say that again.
Sorry.
You smoked
Sorry.
what?
Sorry, YouTube, but I did smoke the wacky backy.
Yeah,
I'm disappointed.
the devil's lettuce.
Yeah, I took a toke on the wacky backy, right?
A toke it's like a
Isn't that the Kenyan's president's name? Wacky Backy.
no.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
let's search it.
You're kidding me.
Search that. I don't know.
Wacky Backy.
Oh, sorry,
is his
to
name?
interrupt. Kenyan.
No, it's fine. So I was smoking in this forest.
Yeah.
Can you
Wacky
not say that
backy.
word, please?
Okay, I'm
It's just
sorry.
a bit triggering.
No
I was.
way.
I was.
It's the Backy.
No, it's
Yeah. Wacky Backy.
What the? That is so
Kenyan president's
funny.
name is Mwaki Backy.
That's brilliant. Yo, Wacky, you got any Backy?
mad. All right.
I love that.
Anyway, so I was the sun was shining. I was listening to music with my friend, and I remember I used to just do like just straight butt, right? Just no backy, anything like that. And I did a lot. Like I did like half a zoot, which was a lot. And it went for me because I just started, right? Now it like opened my mind. It's such an odd thing because, like, you know, your pineal gland, third eye, you know, and also weed is like an enhancer. It actually enhances whatever you're feeling. So if you're like paranoid, you'll smoke and you'll be even more paranoid. If you're happy, start laughing loads. So I remember just like laughing, having like this like almost like cosmic laughter, like just like everything is like looking at this forest and the sun and the trees and just thinking this life is beautiful, man. Like life is so good.
You were
Like,
tripping out.
life
You were
is-
literally tripping.
yeah, but I was so in the present moment, and it's like I also know because I'm not dumb like these people who smoke weed all the time, thinking that
George.
this is how I have to. Sorry, this is how I have to like live my life. Like I know that this didn't necessarily come from the weed; it just came from within me. So I went on
Drugs
this
don't change who you are. They just unlock
Change your
other
chemistry,
aspects
yeah.
of yourself.
So I just went on this inner journey, and I just fell out with all my friends. I didn't speak to any of my friends from school. I just didn't even connect with my family the same way. You know, maybe it was psychosis. Who the fuck knows? But like, I had like a whole other perspective of life. So then, TikTok, right? When I started, it was lockdown, so I started scrolling through TikTok, and I just didn't like my feed because it was like all negative people, and it was just like
There's too much
trends and
you're a lot more in
dancing.
touch with how different energies affect you.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, I remember when I was young. Sorry to just completely cut you off, but you can continue.
This adds to it.
When I was young, I remember
Careful,
being able
Nancy.
to consume social media or watch YouTube videos without feeling the implications. But now when I'm watching, if I find myself looking at TikTok, I'm completely aware of what that's doing to my brain.
Yeah.
I know that I'm just there.
That's because
looking-
you're surrounded by
I'm
people.
looking for more novelty. And it's fucked my ability to enjoy life from a normal perspective because I'm so aware of what I'm doing. I know what chemicals are taking place in my brain when I'm doing something. So I can't do it. I can't enjoy it. If I know what's happening, how can I enjoy that?
Does that link to your bare feet? Do you reckon that links to your bare feet?
Everything's connected.
Like, do you reckon
everything
going
links.
barefoot actually has helped you open your mind to these sort of things?
Definitely.
But I want to quickly finish because you asked
Yeah.
me
Yeah,
about
yeah,
social
yeah.
media. So I wanted to link into that. So I started thinking like, why are people so negative? Why are people like this? But really and truly, I'm like asking myself that question because the algorithm determines like what you want, right? And if I'm seeing negative things, it's because like there's some negativity that I enjoy watching. If you know, because like stress is like addictive. Or I know you can go down that route, but so I actually just wanted to make positive content. I started reading, changing my habits, and I started talking to the camera about like philosophy and stoicism and all these things. Then I started reading books. My most popular series was the 48 Laws of Power. So I did a review. Like I would be like recording the book, being like I read the 48 Laws of Power.
So you don't have to.
You don't have to.
I
That
read-
was my hook.
That
for
was
the
good.
video, and I repeated that
That was your formula.
hook every single
was
time.
your formula
Yeah,
for a
yeah. And
video.
each video would do really well. So I'm just
Yeah.
like, okay, like this is interesting. And then I met these two lords
Yeah.
in Cambridge. We are the Holy Trinity in Cambridge.
Yeah.
Officially.
Officially the Holy Trinity, actually.
And
That's true.
And I started doing
let's
public.
talk about the Holy Trinity.
Yeah,
a
yeah.
little
I
bit more.
started doing public videos, and then the note videos came from just me actually just applying all the things I did. Obviously, the reading, the writing, the positivity, and just thinking like, what is one thing that connects everyone together? It's just like being kind to each other, not about like talking about philosophy because some people might not understand it. Like it just puts people like it separates people more than brings them together.
As creators as
And-
well, it
and
didn't
I
really
wa-
matter about numbers.
I want to finish my last point. Yeah, I just wanted to make people feel good, and obviously myself feel good. And now I've just found that process for doing it. So social media's changed me in a way where I realize that I can serve other people through my content. So
Yeah, and as I said, as creators, when we met, it was like, oh, it didn't matter. Oh, he's got only 200,000 followers, or George only has 100,000 followers. It doesn't matter. Like we still talk to each other. Like
yeah, it
we
wasn't
still
about that.
because a lot of the creator community, it's like, oh, if you don't have a mil followers,
It's not
I'm
creator.
gonna talk to you.
It's influencer community.
Or
There's
influencer, different,
influencers
yeah,
and there's
yeah.
creators. We're all creators.
But TikTokers, you could put it under the class of like TikTokers,
Yeah.
YouTubers, everything. It's social media related. It's quite a hard thing to do. Understand someone that's not got as many followers because maybe you don't want to get involved.
I was
with
talking
us,
to you about that.
this leads on to the Holy Trinity because with us, it's not at all about our numbers or anything like that. It wouldn't matter if we had nothing. If us three met, we would find something in each other because it's like
Even if we were like
we're
Tesco
the perfect
employees,
balance.
we'd probably get on.
Even
Like-
if we were doing something different, there's like something that just like connects us three together. Because I went up to Cambridge for uni.
Yeah.
You two already lived in Cambridge, and we just started collaborating every single day. Every single day would be recording videos, just doing.
And there was no
something.
like getting to know each other. It's like
It was like
usually
instant connection.
like with a girl anyway, you go on a few dates and you get to know them, and then you're still not really sure whether you like them. With you, it was like you just came straight into our life, and that was it. Like
It was
we knew that
yeah.
you were just gonna be
I-
here forever.
I met Lawrence through Ashton,
Do you know Ashley?
which is a
Maria?
woman, which is a girl.
Oh.
No, she's a girl. She just does like social media managing.
She's a one of a kind.
She's a one of a kind. But anyway, I met Lawrence through this girl, and then I introduced Lawrence to George, and then we used to go out and talk, and then eventually we realized that we could say anything to each other. Like even if
Yeah.
one of us was
Yeah.
like, you know, mean to each other. If I said, Lawrence, you look disgusting today,
I don't take it
he would
personally.
he wouldn't care.
I
If
don't
I
take
said,
it
George,
personally.
why are you wearing no shoes and why do you not wear deodorant and why do you not shower with soap? I'd be like, you smell really good. Like,
Yeah.
and so I wouldn't care what they do. I'd still be friends with them, and I think that's what makes us so powerful as a trinity.
Do you not shower?
I shower
Yeah.
with cold water,
Same, no
but I
soap,
don't use soap.
no soap,
Really?
no
Never use
no
soap.
soap at all. There's one soap
That's
I would
so
use.
crazy.
It's called Swatch soap or something like that. I don't know what it was called, but
Yeah.
How comes you decide to go barefoot?
It's a long story. It sort of starts when I was young.
Yeah.
And the validation thing. I don't really know. I think for some reason everything in my life has always made me think more than like the average person. Like I've had experiences that have made me think more than I should have done about that particular thing. And I got to a point at 18 or 19, I think it was 19, where I actually didn't care at all what society's values were. I don't live my life at all based on society's values. It's purely based on my own values that are constantly changing.
Yeah.
There's no obligation to be anyone other than who you want to be, really. And I had a sort of mental health episode where I just felt completely disconnected from everything. And it made me realize the one thing I value above anything else is connection. And so it was a no-brainer for me.
Who made you realize that?
Who made me realize?
Was it more of an insight?
It was me. I talked to you about it.
Oh yeah, it was George.
Yeah.
No, this was.
Then Lawrence actually told me on the phone, George lacks
Everything you're
connection.
saying right now is just bullshit.
No. Lawrence called me up and he said, "Do you know what George needs?"
So much.
You literally went. You went
Stop
like this.
grabbing me.
You went. You know what George needs? He's lacking connection. And then I went, right, George. You know what you need? Connection. So you actually showed George
Is
that
that
he
actually
needs
what
connection. Yeah.
No.
Yes,
I
it
knew
is,
it. What
bro.
are you saying?
Yes, it is. You're lying. Because we
What
were
do you
in my
mean?
car, and I went. You know what you're missing out on right now? You're getting high every single night because you need connection in your life. And then you
I was on a
listened to that.
holiday when I came to this store.
Oh, bro! I told you before that holiday, and then you realised on the holiday.
Well,
I can swear.
It
on
doesn't
that.
matter who said it or whatever.
And so
but
Lawrence
it's a
actually
good-
came up to that.
It's a good point. Like everything is all about connection. Everything is connected.
So regardless of how anything started, I discovered, or whatever happened, I now prioritize connection over anything. And so me having my shoes off is just having that connection 24/7, which is connection to the environment. Like right now I can feel the carpet. It makes me feel like I'm in this room.
That's true.
Without that, I feel slightly less like I'm in this room. You could take away my vision as well. I'd feel even more like I'm not in this room. And then you take away my hearing, and I could be anywhere.
You'll
So
be deaf.
it's
I think what
Alright, mate.
society does is they cover up the natural tendencies of your human being in general. Like instead of, for example, connection to a loved one, we have, like, for example, maybe the club. You know, instead of
connection to a screen.
instead of being connected to a passion or being present in the moment, you're on your phone trying to get external validation, right?
I feel like we should talk about porn.
Porn's a big one. Instead
When-
of having connection with a loved one or
Yeah.
porn is like a new.
But
So,
when
it's
you
all
watch
about
porn,
money. It's all about capitalism.
Your brain actually releases oxytocin when you watch porn, which actually pairs you. It couples you to the screen.
Yeah.
It makes you think that you're in some kind of relationship with the screen from a primal point of view. And that translates to
Emotions.
not just when you're watching porn on your phone, but using your phone in general. Most people are
TikTok, bro.
they're in a relationship with their phone. They
With
don't even know it.
TikTok. With
Yeah.
TikTok.
Exactly. But when you're scrolling through TikTok, what are you looking for? You're looking for infinite novelty. The same thing you're looking for when you watch porn.
Exactly. People say it all the time, like, "Oh, I'm on the 50th page of Pornhub trying to find the perfect
That's
video."
crazy.
All you're doing is just the thumbnails and the novelty is actually giving you all the dopamine release. And you know, pleasure is anticipation. It's not actually when you get what you want.
Well, no,
it's the
there are multiple
anticipation.
pleasure chemicals, but with porn, it's the anticipation.
It's completely
not
anticipation.
the actual act itself. Even with sex, the act itself is not necessarily as pleasurable as the anticipation of it.
I never
I
had
could
sex.
disagree.
I wouldn't know. I'm a virgin.
Yeah, none of us have ever had
We're all
sex.
virgins.
That's a lie.
For YouTube. That's for YouTube.
Yeah,
Alright.
for YouTube.
Okay, no, well done, guys.
Thank you for that.
We'll fix it in
thanks.
post. What do your family think about you being barefoot? Were they like against it? Or were they like unsure? Were they a bit like
Two
worried?
sides to this story.
Yeah.
Funnily enough,
Family.
it's weird because my dad, my dad's side of the family,
His side had a say as well.
they're completely on board with it.
Yeah.
But I don't speak to my dad. I don't have a good relationship with my dad.
How many times have you seen your dad this year?
A couple of times most.
Three times.
But
How-
with my mum,
Yeah, go on.
her family, they've outcast me. My grandpa won't allow me into his home anymore.
Banned him.
It's a weird story. I came.
Said, "I don't want a bare man in
Yeah.
my house."
I was staying at his house once because I want to see him. I hadn't seen him in ages. He's like 90 years old, so I want to make the most of what I have.
Your family.
And I came back from a run, and I was barefoot. I wasn't wearing a shirt because that's just how I roll.
Yeah.
That's how I roll.
And the first thing he said to me was, "I don't want a bare man in my house." And I was like, "Okay, I just got back from a run. That's just how it is." But then I went for a shower, and when I came back down, my aunt, my grandpa, and my mum were all arguing about my whole barefoot thing.
You had some
And
pent energy.
basically, the conclusion was that I'm not going to be allowed
in the house anymore.
in the house anymore. Yeah,
So they compromised over you.
yeah.
But
So my grandpa's decided he doesn't want to see me anymore, based on the fact that I don't wear
That's
shoes.
so
This is a
sad.
prime example of the black sheep and like the outcast. You know, it's like their programming is it's not in line with you, and it's like you're a product of their blood, like your actual family. But because you're not following the program, you're not with the program. They
byproduct.
I feel like
byproduct,
on
the
a deep
outcast.
level, it triggers the fact that they haven't used their life for what they want to use it for,
Yeah,
and so they feel uncomfortable with the fact that I'm just doing whatever the hell.
that is so true.
That's happening a lot with generations now.
That's so true.
And older people are bitter at the fact that they didn't
They have the
take the chance of life
yeah.
and just living it.
they didn't have the freedom we have
Yeah.
now, especially.
Everyone always has freedom, but people just choose to take it or not to take it.
Things are so twisted nowadays. Like somebody expressing themselves, that they're called crazy for expressing themselves because like the person calling them crazy hasn't ever expressed themselves to understand what it's like to speak their truth. So it's just labels, all this labels.
Even saying hello to a stranger on the street.
Oh my god, we did that the other day, didn't we?
Yeah, people think you're crazy.
We literally were. Our task was to say hello to people just on the street, right? We just did it for fun, and mainly all the people we said hello to gave us this look of like, "Why are you talking to me?"
Is that okay? I'm
mad.
gonna play like
worse in
devil's
London.
advocate here. Is that just how British people are, or is that just like a general thing?
Oh,
It's a thing in
I
Britain.
think it is a thing in Britain mainly because you go to another country. Actually, I've been to like Greece. You say hello to everyone, and they'll say hello.
Did
back.
you, yeah, so it's just us then.
Yeah, I think it is just a UK thing.
My dad
mainly.
said in Zimbabwe, everyone's talking to each other. You'll be walking down the street and it's just
Everyone's
from the
just-
other side of the road. How's it going? Like it's
That's
just,
Do you know what? How's you
I
going?
wish we
how's
were
it
more
going
like
in
that.
Zimbabwe.
nah. Macad is like hello. Like
Macadi.
Macadi.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I wish we were more like that.
Mackie
That's how I remembered it. That's how I remembered it. It's like,
The only
what's
time we
that?
actually get together is when we're drunk.
Who?
In the UK.
Oh, that's
right.
why we don't club. We don't go anywhere like that. It's
I
literally
actually
like,
don't. I've never
It's like the
clubbed
belly of
in-
the beast.
I've only been clubbing twice in my whole life, and I see all these people around me. They go clubbing. I'm like, what are you doing?
It's-
Every week you're going clubbing. Why are you doing that? And why are you
It's
not
just
working?
it's just very low vibe. Like you're going to a club, and all these sweaty people dancing to shit tunes.
People think it's a social thing, but you can't hear people or see people. So what's the point?
What do you lot do in your spare time then? Let's see if like everyone's out on a night out. What do you lot do instead?
We don't really go on.
I
we don't
work,
really go on,
bro.
man.
I
All do
work
is
hard.
Yeah.
I work harder than everyone else.
Okay, cool.
No. Seriously. You wouldn't even understand. Like
Josh
last night,
Tate.
I was up until like 7 a.m. just editing this one video. The video got like 50,000 views. That's not even a lot. And I'm there like, whoa, what have I just
Yeah,
done?
that's the thing. I think you can put your heart on someone
Exactly.
and it
But
wouldn't
you,
do well.
but
you just
I
gotta
still
work
worked.
hard. Yeah.
I didn't go out with my friends. I got invited to so many parties.
You don't
I
have
didn't
any
go out.
friends.
I do. If I wanted friends, I can make friends. I could construct friends if I want to construct friends because I'm above that.
Construct
People think,
friends.
oh, you get friends. Okay, nice. You have friends. There's so many fake friends you can have nowadays.
No,
It's
no,
incredible.
that's actually I do give you that. I don't really agree with
Incredible.
everything you say, but I do agree with that. Like you can make friends easy. You just find a group of people who like mirror your trauma and like your negativity. You can find
You can balance
the best,
it out.
The best. No, you can find the best group of friends if you just like decide to just not move anywhere. Like most people's friendships are actually just them supporting each other. Each other's trauma, and like all they ever do is talk about negative things. And I'm not saying all friendship groups, but from what I've seen, any group I'm in, especially at uni, is the worst.
Why-
it's
why
like
is
the only
that brought us
reason why
together,
they're
though?
friends. The only reason why they're friends is because they're on the same course, and they have to like find ways to, because people don't want to be with themselves.
Anyone can be a friend of anyone.
Yeah.
If you put two random people on a desert island, they will become
For 30
best of
years.
friends. That's just
Every
how it is.
day.
That's part of our survival strategy. So if you put everyone in the same boat, and that boat being university, people are going to become friends through that shared thing.
How many friends of yours, Lawrence, are creators and how many are not? Like people that actually create content. How many? Like probably
I
at every.
I don't have any friends outside of you guys.
Exactly.
I
How many
literally
friends do you
don't.
have that aren't actually just creators or people that are doing what you're doing?
I would say you're my only friend.
Oh yeah, well,
Like,
proper friend.
you consider a lot of people friends, but are they really?
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
the people who are friends are the people you see on a daily basis.
Yeah.
I talk to a lot of people, and a lot of them are.
I'm sitting
just
with my only
acquaintances.
friends.
I'm not
right
saying
here.
they're not.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't like them. I'm not saying they're not my friend, but I'm saying they're a different type of friend.
What is a different type of friend?
An acquaintance and a friend.
Yeah.
A friend is someone that you live near to, you see every day. It's like a local thing. I think an acquaintance is more of like you can mutually benefit each other. So why not just make it a friendly little mutual benefit?
Stay in contact for that reason.
Lawrence, you do something quite wholesome by giving notes to people.
you.
But have you come across any bad experience giving a note to someone?
Oh yeah, you get people who just don't want to take it, or people who just throw it away the moment you give it to them. But majority of the time, like 90% of the time, it's just positive. Like even all my comments, positive. Like everything about it is just positive.
Has anyone ever come back to you like giving a note to a girl? Has she ever chased you afterwards?
That doesn't really happen
No.
because I give them the note
Yeah.
and then I walk off to never be seen again. Like that's the best thing to do because they only react. Their reactions for the camera. Like if I start turning around and talking to them, like it ruins them.
Who films it for you?
When I was living in Cambridge with these two, George, you started recording first, but then now I live back at home with my parents, and I'm with my brother. My brother films for me,
Nice.
and my
The
my
Chotto
friend
brothers,
Nathan.
bro.
Yeah,
Literally
yeah.
the Tate brothers, but Chotto.
That's
Yeah,
going to
I've
be
got-
something
I've
to
got a
remember.
younger brother.
Honestly,
That's a key
Chotto
word.
brothers is going to
Chotto.
be it.
Remember that Chotto.
CHOTO. Chotto.
Yeah.
Chotto.
But my brother's 15 years old, and he's still at school. And like obviously, like when he was seeing me, because I was at uni, like just in Cambridge, going to London, I was never really home. He would just be seeing me online, being like, "Okay, you're meeting with J200, you're meeting with all these people."
Nice.
Like, I was in J200's video, the LSAB one.
Yeah.
That honestly, that video is so funny. I watched it the other day. Actually, I was laughing because it's nothing like me. I just love to act. It's hilarious. But my brother's like, "Oh, that's mad," and I'm just like, I know all these people, like the Don, for example, and I started bringing my brother out with me. And now he's like filming, and he's
We've met your
creating
brother.
content
He's
as well.
He's great. He's like a
Yeah,
little
no.
mini version of you, but actually a bit. I think
Yeah.
he's so different to you. but
He's
still
better than you
not.
in every way.
He's not. My brother's normal, like a normal person. He's like the most normal person. He's got like someone who's like neurotypical. Like you could talk to him and you can be like, yeah, this guy is a great
gets
guy.
into
he's
every
normal.
bubble.
For me, I'm
Every
just
bubble.
so I'm
Yeah.
definitely very autistic.
We're diverse,
Yeah,
We
very
can't get
autistic.
on with everyone. That's just a thing with us.
I just
especially
yeah.
Italian people. Not
We can
good
fake it
Italians.
with everyone, though. That's one thing.
Yeah, Italian
Right,
people
tell us-
always hate us.
tell us-
Camera tilted down.
Tell us the story about. No, I'm gonna give you my Italian story, and I'm not gonna generalize because
We don't
generalizing
need to
is
tell
not
it.
good.
It's a bit of a boring story.
No, I got slapped in the face by an Italian guy at my uni accommodation. Right, this guy I literally never spoke to ever.
You were living with him.
Well, I wasn't living with him.
Yeah,
I was
but-
living in the same
so
building
building, okay, cool,
as
yeah.
him, and it's because I was with these two, right? And it was like the first time, probably the second, third time we met, and we were out filming, and this guy obviously lived in my accommodation, saw us together. We're like screaming, we're shouting, we're literally being outcasts. Like generally, like we are like three jokers, for example, in Cambridge, and
You were.
yeah. And then he didn't say anything at the time. And the very next day, he saw us again in the same spot and was like, "You scared this woman I was with when we were talking, like, blah, 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 like just making up some random shit. You could tell he was stressed out or something." And then he slapped the bottle of water out of your hand.
Yeah.
And he squared up to me. And I looked at him and I was just like, "Bro, walk away. Just walk." And he walked off. And then
Came back.
no, he didn't come back. The next day, I was. Why are you trying to like add something
I'm
else?
so
You're always trying to
invested
add
in the
shit.
story. I'm there like,
Yeah.
and then he came back and then you hit him in the face and you knocked him out and it was sick.
No. The next part was at my accommodation. I'm sitting down in the study area and I called him in and I'm like, "Bro, like, can we talk?" And I was like, "What was all that about?" Like the other day, and he was like, "Bro, I'm literally shaking with anger right now. Like I don't know what it is about, like especially Italian."
Yeah.
Men like they
Generational
have so,
trauma.
they have so much like
Generational
I don't know
trauma.
it's like, too many experiences. Like I don't want to be a Kanye.
I wanna
and
be
talk
friends
against
with them,
Italian
though,
like Italians, but there's so many examples of this. And then literally I was in the study room and I'm there sitting down next to him, and it's for everyone can sit in this place, and he's sitting down, looks at me and says, can you get out? And I'm like, bro, this is my building as well. I can work here. And he stands up and he throws me off of my chair, right? And remember, I haven't done anything to him. He threw me off my chair. I stood up and I was like, what are you doing? And he slapped me in the face. And I'm just like, what the fuck? So I'm more worried about my my MacBook and all that stuff. I take it and I'm just like, bro, you are crazy. And he's like, I am crazy. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but like, it's good that you didn't retaliate. Like,
I never. Jesus says.
We've never spoken to an Italian person since.
And you give them the right. That's what he says. So I walked off. I left it. And now I've got 1 million followers, 50k on Instagram, and I'm doing better than he is.
Anyway, I think that's a funny. That was a funny story though. That was a good one. I like that one a lot.
Yeah, good one.
Thanks, Josh.
Good one.
No, because then it's just jokes how he just had so much pen energy. We meet all these people that have so much pen energy, and it's like
because we're so loose,
we
become like the outlet for all these pen people.
Let's make this a more philosophical. That there's a big difference between creatives and non-creatives. People who work a job, get told what to do all the time.
They're not
stressed
non-creatives.
out, having to.
They're not non-creatives.
I know, but they've chosen.
They're just
not to
people who've
follow
chosen
that.
the path.
They've chosen not to.
No, I think everyone can choose, but some people just struggle to have that choice because they're just like they live in a different way.
The point is, I think creative people are generally a lot nicer people because they're always themselves. But when people see you being yourself and they're not themselves, then they have some kind of like animosity.
I think it's more maturity, like, and also how you were brought up, and that goes back
many times.
That goes back to the daddy issues and mummy issues thing. It's like people with daddy issues, they just generally work harder than people with mummy issues.
It goes to the validation thing.
It just works because if you got daddy issues, you want to prove
going.
something. You want to prove to your dad that's not even there. Like something like you don't have a dad, so you're always seeking a father.
Let me be the translator for
prove.
these guys, right? So basically, validation is so important because like what you were saying about going to school, and the majority of people won't necessarily validate you because you're a bit of a weirdo. You're like maybe if you're a class clown like I was.
I was targeted.
Archetype. You're funny and everyone likes you when you're making them laugh, but other than that, you can never really talk to them because there's not really, you're more of a creative than just like I don't want to say normal person, but you know what I mean. And so like when you don't have that validation in school, you seek it actively when you're out of school. So that's why most of the people who are like creators and these big people were either bullied, outcasted, all these things. So I think it just leads to that eventually.
Yeah, and if you like Subway, then go just fall in a bin and then just like randomly shut the bin and then go order McDonald's instead because Subway is like not as good.
Breakfast at Subway is really good.
Yeah, but like you can say about McDonald's and then it's like, what are you on, man? Like McDonald's breakfast is so good.
I'll always have a breakfast at Mackey's.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how much money I've got, where I'm at mentally, I'll always have
For real, and what do you order at Mackey's? Guess what? Breakfast
McMuffin.
roll, McMuffin.
I can't remember the last time I had Mackey's breakfast.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Let's go get one after this.
Yeah, honestly, I'm down.
Oh wait, are they actually doing the whole
The whole day?
all day Mackey's
No,
breakfast?
they don't even know what time it is now. So
They never do all day Mackey's breakfast. That would be a hack.
we'll pretend
that
to
would be
to
too
go get
much.
one.
Okay. Right now is 8:05 a.m.
8:05 a.m. in America probably.
Yeah.
Actually, it probably is. Yeah, it's about 8:05 in America right now.
George, tell me about.
What the hell? What the hell? Sorry, that just caught me off guard.
Yeah.
Now I'm grabbing Josh.
Sorry, how?
Now I'm grabbing Josh.
He's grabbing him.
Go on.
How do you know?
Say
that,
about
How do you know that name?
This is mad.
sources.
This is just don't say anything with this.
I just guessed the name.
How did he? How did he know? Bro,
Oh my god, that really caught me off guard.
how did he know, bro?
What's going on?
So, what do you want to know?
Yeah, tell me.
Tell you. How the fuck do you know that name? That is
Go
tripping
from
me
the
out.
beginning.
That's
Go
so-
from the beginning.
I think it's probably through the Don.
Go from the beginning. Go
No,
from the
but
beginning.
seriously, how the fuck do you know that
Go
name?
from the
Wait,
beginning.
is that linked to the Don?
No.
No. That's another thing.
Go from the beginning. Go on.
The beginning of what?
I guess he's
The beginning.
How do you know? How the hell do you know that name?
He's getting angry.
He's getting angry.
He's getting angry.
How do you know that
A
name?
little birdie told me.
That's brilliant.
Yo.
That name is not even on social media anywhere. I don't know what your sources are. That's something else.
That's mad, bro. That's crazy how you know that.
Go on then, say
What do you want to know? I'll tell you everything.
Tell me the whole thing, the whole story.
Oh, just go on. Bro,
Give me
just
that
say
name.
it, just say it.
Why are you saying that name?
What is that? It's such a big thing. Isn't
I
it?
know.
Is it like a really big deal?
No. I got her in a video and we hit it off. I'll say that we hit it off. I still have respect. I have full respect for her.
She was a girl that he
How do
interviewed
you know, though? How do you know
in
it?
Cambridge. She's a girl that he interviewed in Cambridge, and she goes by the name of. Now it's like I'm not gonna say her real name, but that's her name. But she was a girl we interviewed, and then after that they exchanged details, and then stuff happened.
Oh, you know, we're together, yeah.
Yeah, but she
I have full
confused.
respect for her.
I'm
That's all
confused
gonna
how you
say.
know this.
and then so anyway.
It just really caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting
and
this
she
at
took
all.
his virginity.
Is it?
So he actually to a girl that he interviewed for a video.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Christ.
Crazy.
Yeah.
When was this?
When? Must have been about 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Oh, this is actually
6
quite
months
recent.
ago, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it. Yeah, so that's the story.
But what?
But how the hell did you know?
But how
who
come that's
Arsene
like,
is?
that's like such a a shock to you?
But it's just
It's
weird
such
how
a
you
big
know
thing.
her.
I haven't heard her name in so long,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's just really weird.
It
that you
hits
just
too close
sudden-
to her.
that just
So
hits.
weird.
That really hits.
That's crazy.
Like the whiskey was making me, numb to life for a second, and then you said that name, and it suddenly brought a whole story back.
No, you
Well,
know,
how did you know about us?
He's never been in a podcast and someone
Reset.
brought up that.
Oh, that's the last thing I was
That's
expecting.
crazy, bro.
You don't
So
want to.
you've slept with.
I haven't slept with her.
Oh right.
Mate, tell them the story of what happened.
I didn't sleep with
No,
her.
you
If
didn't
if
sleep with her.
if you don't want to tell me about. Then tell me about the girls that you harassed during the tsunami party.
We can tell so many crazy stories on this.
Oh my god.
Go on then.
All right, so we'll start off with or should we just go straight to me?
Go with first. You're on that topic.
Yeah. So yeah, this man here interviewed her and spoke about whatever. Would you want to go barefoot? She went barefoot. Got her back in a video. Second time
They would hang on. They were trying to get on. Like
Yeah.
George and basically linking at this point, right?
No.
But they didn't do anything sexual.
I
they were
didn't
just
think
linking.
anything of it.
Mm.
Like
You were talking to her a lot.
She was coming on to me, and that was a new experience for me because I hadn't experienced a girl just
Yeah,
straight
yeah,
up
yeah.
like wanting me like above all else.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So
Had been 3-4
yeah,
days.
She got with George, and me and Josh knew that it's not.
She wasn't
it's not
good for
it.
George.
It's
She
not
wasn't
it.
good
Like,
for
It's
George.
just not it, right? Like it's one of them things where it's just not it.
Yeah.
Now, me and Josh were talking about.
I'm not involved in this.
No,
It's
you
all
are.
you.
You
No,
are.
I'm not. I'm not involved
Me
in
and
this at all.
Josh were on the phone in the morning. We were texting each other, and we were
Yeah, all I said
saying-
was, oh, George, it's not right for George. It's not right for George.
Yeah.
And that's what you were like.
we
Yeah,
wanted
yeah.
to. We were
Let's
we
try.
were trying to find a way that we could convince
We were, like,
George that
trying to
she's
break
not
them up.
good for him.
We were trying to break them up.
Not necessarily trying to break him up. We were trying to find a way to convince George that she was not good for
good.
him.
Right, cut to the chase.
And now, on the same
Same
day,
day as we had this.
same day,
We went to Cambridge. Centre of town.
these two leave me by myself to like
No, we
record
work.
some
We
video.
go work.
Yeah, of course. But I'm recording some videos by myself, and magically appears out of nowhere. And then I'm walking around doing like some point of view videos, like handing people some stuff, and then she's just walking around with me, and she's being so flirtatious, like she's just overly flirting, right? And obviously, like I like to match energy. Sometimes I like to like back away, like I'm playing it tactically. And then one thing led to another,
Where's she from?
honestly. And
where did you do it with?
in the disabled toilet
In town.
in public.
Jesus
And
Christ.
I met her afterwards, not knowing any of this.
Because Lawrence didn't tell George that he did it with us.
I did straight away.
Until like after they met.
Where is she now?
Probably in
knows?
Cambridge.
still
Yeah,
still
yeah.
around.
Yeah.
Finding other
she
people to
still
corrupt.
she still comes into our sort of bubble sometimes.
But I don't live in Cambridge, so I have no idea what's happening.
Where do you live now?
Wickford, so it's like a small town in Essex.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. But going to the tsunami,
Tsunami
thing, I
party.
really want to talk about this one. So this
Alright, go on.
is crazy. So we get an invite to tsunami. which is like influencer mansion party thing. And you know what? I deserved it because I chose to go there over seeing Playboy Carti at Wireless. So you know,
that's mad.
You just have to. The universe has to
But
punish
you were with us.
behavior
It was
like
quite
that.
good. It was like
You're a
still
Carti fan, yeah.
I'm not a fan, but I like Carti. I like what he's doing with the whole switch up. I think it's very brave.
I remember I went on a date that day.
Oh
Wow.
yeah.
You
So-
gone-
so-
It
who
wasn't a
did you
date
go on
actually. The girl wants to take me. Yeah, it doesn't really
Who
matter.
do you want to? Who did you go on a date with?
Don't say that fucking name again.
It was actually like a birthday, just the day out on my birthday. Girl wants to see me on my birthday, but I
Yes.
really wanted to see Carti,
Playboy Carti.
so I missed that. But it's funny to know that somebody else was doing something on that day that
Yeah.
was more.
Explain.
So I'm there, and I had already drunk half a bottle of 6 vodka, which is a
We're both on the same level.
Sidemen
We're
vodka. Which
Sidemen vodka.
Yeah.
Oh, we
The-
bought
the
Sidemen
XIX.
vodka.
No, we got it from Strawberry and Cream.
Oh,
So we were given like free samples because I was in my suit during that era,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I with the black and white colors. One of the freelance photographers came up to me and was like, "Oh, you want to take a picture with the bottle?" And I got the bottle for free, so I was like, "Calm." Now I'm this is like full circle moment. I'm drinking half of this bottle, and I'm going to this like club, thinking not the club, but like, I'm going to this house,
party.
mansion party.
It was a mansion party.
And I'm like, oh,
was mad.
this is cool.
Yeah.
Now there's a bunch of other influencers there. I knew none of them apart from one person, which is Hussein. And I love Hussein. I love his content. I think he's a great guy. I literally said to him, bro, I rate your content. I walked up to his group and I was like, bro, I rate your content. I think it's
just for
great.
the people that don't know who Hussein is, Hussein is basically someone that started beef. By the way, by like exposing Lawrence with all these videos online.
Why did you have to go into? We're telling the story bit by bit.
Yeah,
Let
but
me
I'm
just
explaining
explain.
to the
I'm
people that don't
listening.
know.
Now,
I'm
anyway,
so interested.
So we meet up with him like on accident. I'm talking to him in his group, saying like I rate your content, blah blah, blah. And like he's got a little circle of friends, like this girl, whatever. This is all like just substance for the explanation. So I'm really drunk at this party. And I'm going up to girls and I'm just moving mad. I'm moving the loosest I've ever moved, right? Because I don't care. I simply don't care. Like, you know, I'm doing all this stuff on TikTok. Mainly it's because I really don't care about what people think about me. And I'm like that in real life as well. But under the influence of alcohol, it wasn't a good mix. So
I can vouch for it as well. I was there.
I
I was on the same level.
yeah, I was like, you know, flirting with girls, all that stuff.
No.
Now the first
goals of flirting with you.
yeah, well,
No,
obviously that
everyone
happens.
was drunk and no one really.
It was a massive fest of just like it was just a fest of it was weird.
It was a fuckery.
like imagine we compared it to like Hollywood parties after parties.
was
Imagine the fuckery that goes down there, like coke, just pure
was unorganised.
orgies.
It was
and
an
shit. Like,
unorganised
you never
party.
know what could happen in those areas, but like that's what it
Who
was.
hosted that party?
Some
tsunami. The tsunami
it
is
failed straight
It's
away.
like a private party for
Yeah.
like creators.
I don't
I
know.
think they've actually shut down now, but they started one party and then we're gonna do another one on a boat in London and stuff like that.
It didn't even
But
go through.
It didn't go through anyway, but that's what
So,
happened.
so I went to the girl that was with Hussein, and they all said, and this is the first scene. They all said, "Oh, this particular girl wants to kiss you. Like she likes you." So I went in for a kiss, and then she swerved me, right? And then everyone's recording. So like they got me for that swerve prank thing video. So that was the first. That was
you
the
grabbed
first
her neck,
scene.
didn't you? You grabbed her neck.
Yeah, that was the first scene. So like after she swerved, I like took her, like grabbed her neck. I didn't hold it hard, but I just took her.
And her
I
face was like
but like her
really
face
shocked.
Yeah, but she loved it. But anyway, the second girl,
Yeah.
in the video, I'm like got my hand on her head because I'm just funny. 'Cause I was just grabbing her head, like just being a nuisance. But in the third one, this one was weird because this girl, and I don't want to talk too much on it because it's quite touchy because she was messaging me and she didn't like the exposure.
Yeah.
But like again, same thing, like me just being overly over boundary sort of thing, like being drunk, and she in the video looked like she didn't like it, and it just was this big thing that Hussein made out to be.
You got with a girl at the party though, didn't
I
you?
got with a girl. I got head at the party. I'm happy. Like, you know,
Okay, a bit TMI. but like, fair enough, mate.
Wasn't asking for that,
TMI,
mate.
mate.
you have to. I mean, it was a trial and error thing, right? Some girls reject you. Some girls think you're weird. Some girls think you're fit. It literally it's a game of numbers,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Now this happened. The video was released 3 months after the event happened. So I'm just like, this is strange.
Why not, sort of thing.
Yeah. It got a million views on his account. I had so many messages like just saying you're a weirdo, you're a creep. And honestly, I enjoyed the entire time. I literally was loving it. I was like, oh my God, all my views are picking up. Like, I was just like so happy that was happening.
You were loving it, but you also wanted it to be removed.
I did want it to I was messaging Hus name personally saying just remove it. And he ended up getting banned off TikTok. So
What?
Yeah.
Wait, what? He
I
got
didn't
banned?
know
I think
that.
he's banned. I think he's banned. from
No.
TikTok, Yeah.
Because of your thing.
Maybe.
No. Well, he actually, he was getting, during that time, he was getting a lot of like reports. He told me he was getting like a lot of reports. So he had to private all of his videos. That was the time we met him at Fashion Week.
Well, karma.
Yeah.
Karma's a bitch.
Time always tells, and I'm still doing my thing, right?
Yeah. And where's he at?
Banned.
Where you at?
I mean, I've got no hard feelings against him.
I want to search his. I want to see his face. What's his name?
Don't say it. Just type it.
Yeah.
Don't say
I'll
it.
try
Don't
type
give him
in-
the
I'll type in
exposure
for you.
that he needs. Like, he
I'll
doesn't
type
need
it.
anything.
If you.
But yeah, so that happened at that party. That was crazy. But the fact that it was 3 months later is so weird. Like, you have a party, you just get back to life, and then all of a sudden,
It's
you just
not
get
on,
like
it's not on TikTok.
bombarded.
It's like he ran out of content.
Exactly.
And he was like,
That's
oh,
what
this will do well.
So like he made a hit piece, and that's like what is going on. He made a hit piece basically, and he said to me that it was just funny. Like he said he found it funny, and I'm like, you're not really considering the point of what I'm saying, you know. Yeah, he started a new account. He's on 226 followers now.
well, there we go, bro. That's what happens, bro.
But again, I've got no animosity towards him, and I'm only just saying
This
this.
guy.
You know
Yeah,
him?
I'm only saying this
You
story.
probably
'cause I
do.
was
You might have
asked.
put him on the Wall of Comedy, maybe. a couple
I've
times.
seen his He's the one who
I think it's funny. I think it's hilarious.
snuck into.
Wireless.
Yeah, wireless. Yeah.
And threw Chris Brown the phone.
yeah.
He's always doing some crazy shit. That's what I
He's
said
the
to
guy.
him.
Actually, do you know what? He's the guy who's like. I don't know if I'm even allowed to say this, but he's the guy who kind of catches people off guard and puts it on his social media.
Yeah.
And even if you wanted it taken down,
He wouldn't do it.
he
He
wouldn't
just
do it.
exposes people. Fair play. If you want to make a living doing that, but if you're gonna get exposed,
He
yourself,
never mentioned my name. Someone asked, "Is this at Lawrence Chotto?" And then he pinned that comment, and then he put like I don't know. Obviously,
Basically, yes.
One sec. Hello?
yeah. Oh, he's on the phone.
Oh, phone call time. This is the part of the podcast, guys, where Amir goes on the phone. This is
all
what
right.
he's.
I didn't
I get to
expect
enjoy
anything
some
less.
Kindles.
Do you know how I know this is a fake number? Look. Hello?
Hello, Assalamualaikum.
Yes.
What?
Happy ending massage.
Happy ending massage. Oh, damn it, bro.
She's like, fuck, we've been found.
Man, he's probably like, where is it from?
Leeds.
Nice.
Yeah. All of my friends,
Well, of course it's Leeds.
all of my friends from school were messaging me saying,
Oh, you had friends. Oh,
were saying, you know, I know what you're like. You're just out there, and you don't really have like a
boundaries.
you know, when people say I don't really know the meaning of stop. Like I just keep going.
Look,
right?
you don't have any boundaries. Just admit it. That's just what it is. You don't have any boundaries.
So they're like, oh, we understand. We can understand that, but
you're
people
getting
watching
better.
that would think you are a weirdo. Like
Yeah,
you are
yeah,
just
yeah.
you are crazy. You know. Well,
You're getting better with your boundaries. stuff.
I'm getting better.
Yeah, you're improving.
Everyone
really,
learns.
I'm really proud of you, man.
Thank you.
And also, a massive thing for Lawrence is like views, and same with all of us. Maybe even you as well, Amir. Like when you don't see them views, it puts you in a different mindset. I know everyone can be like, "Oh no, that's not how it is," but it is because it's like what is driving you to make the next video. You know,
Essentially.
But I
That's
think
why
that
it's
links
important
back
to have
it.
a mission, have a passion, and have like something.
You're not
to
enjoying
Have
it.
a
fall back
why.
on.
If you start with why, you're never ever going to be thinking, why am I doing this? Because
Yeah.
you always know.
Yeah, and that's how it is nowadays, especially with like TikTok, social media, Instagram, everything. Numbers are such a big thing, and I think maybe
Yeah.
I think it's actually a
But the
good
numbers
thing.
won't sustain you.
We
Like,
won't reset our economy
numbers.
without
You
that.
become numb to numbers
Yeah.
eventually. You
Numbers.
look at your
Numbers.
account and you're like,
Numbers.
I don't really give a
Wow.
fuck.
It's a new
Spell.
spell.
You're on fire today.
Numbers will never fulfill your soul because
No.
they don't
No,
end.
no, no.
Well, Bob Marley said, like, you know, if your happiness is to do with money, you will never find happiness because money doesn't end. Numbers
And look,
don't end.
everyone knows Bob Marley, don't they?
Yeah.
But he doesn't care because he's just a person.
Because he's fucking
expressing-
dead.
Oh yeah, is he dead? Did he die? When did he die?
Unfortunately, he
When
died.
did Bob Marley die?
Bob Darley.
When did Bob Marley die?
Bob Darley.
Oh.
Dob Barley.
Don't mock him. Don't mock him. He's brilliant.
Mob Darley.
Everybody plays cricket.
On the
After
rails.
tsunami.
Josh.
Together, drunk.
We were.
No,
What
just
are-
without Josh.
Yes.
Yeah, it wouldn't work.
What are your pronouns?
My pronouns are Lord/King. Do you have any questions about that, Amir?
I have nothing against that community.
Why not?
My pronouns are bear/foot.
Shush.
Whoa.
Actually, that's true. Actually, because I asked you in a video and you said bear/foot. Lawrence,
Yeah.
what are your pronouns?
Note/guy.
Okay,
or,
sure.
or sometimes I feel like
Yeah, go on.
L/Sav.
Did you start
Fair
asking
enough.
people about their pronouns first, or was it something
Yeah,
else?
that stuff came hard and quick, and I think I think genuinely that came from this guy that I know that is in Cambridge, and he's like walks around the street, and he told me this idea. He was like, you should just ask people what their pronouns are. He's a bit out of touch, and I was like, that sounds like an interesting idea. They're going a bit viral right now, so why not do that? So I was like, okay, so I did my first video, and
Is it too?
this is bad, but I asked only people with blue hair.
What?
And like coloured hair, because I knew that they'd probably know more about pronouns than someone
Smart.
that's got
It's a smart
someone
idea.
who's old and.
Why do we automatically think that?
Wait, it's a tested.
Why are human beings like this?
It's
Just someone who's got like
tested.
different color hair. We're just like, they must have a different pronoun.
Yeah, no, it's tested.
Whoa.
Because I asked old people, they were like, "What are pronouns?" I'm
Why is society like this?
No, it's true.
'Cause
to
it's
be
how it
fair,
is, social
in a
media.
way, Yeah.
LGBTQ,
There's like a certain
That's what it
target
is.
audience you're looking for.
Yeah, I got over 100+ million views on all the videos combined. I made
amazing.
20 videos.
And you just automatically assume that they're anime lovers.
No, I said that they. What? Now you're assuming that anime lovers are into pronouns a lot more than people that aren't. You just flip
I think
that
he
on
means the
yourself.
blue hair.
Is that offensive?
No, not that offensive. It's just that anime lovers just always just dye their hair blue. So that's it. Or black, actually. Black a lot of the time. You watch anime?
Nah,
Oh.
I used to though.
That's good.
I never have.
I never have either.
I haven't either. I never got into it.
I just find it difficult to get into sometimes.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of like
the only thing I can hack is like Studio Ghibli. That's it.
there's a lot of
Yeah.
spiritual subtext to like a lot of anime stuff.
Yeah.
Like they do those
There's deeper meanings, yeah.
mudras, and they do that like what's that one thing? It's like
Hadouken.
no, what is it called again? It's like the one where he has to balance each chakra. But it's pretty interesting how they put like the truth in movies and truth in shows and
The
stuff.
truth
Yeah.
is in movies.
Actually-
in general.
Always, yeah.
Yeah, I got the Lord/King from Andrew Tate. I saw a clip of him and he was talking about pronouns, and I was like, "That's interesting." He called himself Lord/King, and I
Whoa.
think it was just generally because
That's such an Andrew Tate.
yeah, exactly. And I think it's just because he doesn't really take it seriously.
What's your opinion on Tate? Like genuine, real opinion.
I don't know. I think he's a very like smart guy, and he knows how to use social media to his advantage.
That's how I
Yeah.
see it. A lot
He
of
just
people.
looked at social media and
a lot of
diagnosed it.
people
I've got
have
full respect for him.
negative-
Based,
You've
seen that
based on the
video?
fact that he's doing
Yeah.
what we're trying to do.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
he's done
Well,
it so well.
Have you seen that video of the guy walking around to the general public and they're asking them like, give me one bad reason as to why you don't
No
like
one
Andrew
has a single.
No
bad
one can
Yeah.
think of anything.
because they don't
Point
know
proven.
him. They
The
just see
media
a clip or
machine,
hear
they
something
run this
bad.
narrative.
The only things that
And everyone
actually
agrees.
people hear about are the bad things.
Yeah.
In everything in life. Like Hussein and that.
If people saw me in the street and they saw me for the LSAV video, they'll be like, "Oh my god, it's LSAV! You know, whatever. You're so funny." They saw me for the Hussein video. You're a creep. They saw me in the Note video. You're such a nice person. People have so many different opinions. There's so many different ways you can be viewed.
There are so
And
many boxes you can give the same person.
I think
Yeah.
I think there's like a big divide for Andrew Tate viewers. There are the people that think he's misogynistic, and the people that watch that content and get annoyed by it are showed it more. And then there's also a side of like of men who need guidance from another successful person, who see Tate as somebody who can help them with their depression and help them with their whatever, and then they see him as being almost like an icon or like even a father figure for some people as well. So
he talks about everything as well.
Talks about
There's
everything.
nothing he misses, and that's why he does so well. Because even if he does miss a
He
subject,
did
it's in a
movie-
bad way.
He did a movie review on Forrest Gump. It's just so random. Like he's
What,
so
Tate did that?
Yeah, he's just
What?
so
I need
he's
to
so random.
see that.
And he's like, oh, the beginning scene. Have you seen Forrest Gump?
Yeah,
by
yeah,
chance?
I've seen it.
So like the beginning scene, there's like a feather that's like floating through the sky
Yeah.
next to Forrest Gump, the main character,
Mm.
and he's like, oh, the feather is symbolic of Forrest Gump. He's just a person who's being blown around by life in whatever. He has no like grounding in his life, and
Wow,
then
he
he somehow
really
links.
diagnosed
He
that
somehow links
feather.
it to like men, the average man, just being pushed around by life, as opposed to being like grounded and steadfast in your opinions and stuff. But he's so random, but it just works, and he's so sarcastic. He is like every single good thing about like a social media influencer put into one person.
Yeah.
Like,
But then
he has
some
everything.
things he says.
He's almost too perfect. I think he's a plant personally.
Yeah.
I think it's all
Do
part
you
of like some
reckon?
bigger agenda. 100%.
Some things he
Ex
says is perfect.
kickboxer, now like the spiritual,
but, like,
motivational.
his dad was in the CIA as well. He was in intelligence. His
Mm.
dad was in intelligence.
What do you guys
which is
think
very
of
interesting.
Jordan Peterson?
Oh, Jordan Peterson. I haven't watched him enough to have an opinion on him, but I know that George can do a really good accent on Jordan Peterson.
Let's
A
hear it.
brain filled with Wikipedia.
No.
Literally. Yeah, you can. Like, how does he sound? He cries a lot too. I think because he's just got a lot of emotion.
If you look at the gender stereotypes, you can sort of you can get into the fine detail of everything to the point where the gender, the misconceptions they start to break down, and you end up crying because you can't get anything else in your head. It's all about the gender stereotypes, and it's nothing else.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I think that sums him up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to know who he is,
That's
perfect.
it. Yeah. That's good. And George, you've watched like one clip of him from TikTok.
Yeah.
That's it. That's mad.
Jordan Peterson, on a real note, helped me a little bit through the first year of uni. When he spoke about how if you can't like, such a good idea as well. If you can't take on the world, if you can't like, in this moment, like think of the biggest thing you want to do, right? You can't necessarily do it now. It starts with like doing something like making your bed or cleaning your room, and it's not about the physical act of doing the habit. It's about building those small habits. And Atomic Habits is another book that I did a summary of, and I put on TikTok, because it's all about like 1% better every single day is 37% better for the year. And so you're 37% better at that one thing if you just do it every single day, like just one small thing. So it's like literally, it's a good life lesson to
Well,
know
it's
about.
saying small things can equate to big things.
100%. And I feel
Everything
I
has
have
a
to,
butterfly
I have to
effect.
risk everything. I have to like do this. I've got to go for a run. I've got to do this. No, really and truly, it's about just like maybe just like bossing your morning routine or doing something small as like
What time do you wake up?
playing didgeridoo.
What time do you wake up, Lawrence?
Me,
Yeah.
I don't have an alarm. I wake up anytime I want.
Amir, what time do you wake up? Do you have a regime?
I can
A routine?
really no. I find myself always waking up like around 8 a.m.
8
Yeah,
in
I'm
the
around
morning.
that. 7, 8 for me. I mean, sometimes I'll do trading, but I have to wake up at 6 a.m. And for me, I can't do that every day. It's like I hate being woken up by an alarm. I just like to wake up whenever I feel like it. My body feels like it.
We recently got into music as well, actually.
Oh, you're not making music now?
Well, I'm making music, and George wants to make music, and we're getting into that because I already have music out under Oshu on Spotify.
Who's the lead singer?
No, not all three of us, just individual. But
If I was to
say
do
it
something
would
with you
be-
guys, I want to do an indie rock band.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
that would be really
yeah.
cool.
What would it be called?
The Trinity. Fucking
No. Why the fuck do you keep bringing up that name?
Trinity, the Holy Trinity. What the fuck is he doing? Fucking twisting my
That
shirt.
is annoying. What?
Imagine all day someone just doing that. Get off. Help.
I don't know. I'd feel I'd be like the lead singer. I can sing for you if you want.
Sing.
I've come up with some lyrics. I've actually got some. Let me go. Let me
Take
go.
me
through.
away from the things.
No.
It's a lovely day.
This is the lyrics
It's a
I wrote
lovely
on
day.
Spotify.
Who do you listen to, Lawrence?
So
Kanye.
I listen to rap
That's it.
and indie. They're my main two genres.
Yeah.
My favorite artists are
Ah.
Kanye West,
Okay.
Oshu.
Lil Peep.
Oshu.
Lil Peep.
Controversial.
Oh, is it?
I love Lil Peep. I think Lil Peep is probably one of the most influential artists next to Kanye.
Do you like Young Lean?
Nah.
You
I
don't?
listened to one of his songs, like Gravy, I think it is.
Oh, yeah.
I hated it.
Really?
He's not even singing on beat. I didn't like it
I
personally.
think I think he's good.
Personally.
Not that
And
nice.
obviously we spoke about Carti, but I think Kanye
What about-
and Lil Peep are my main two.
What about Kendrick Lamar? I recently saw
Kendrick,
his
yeah,
release.
Kendrick.
It was so good.
Kendrick is good.
I never really
recent-
listened to him. That's interesting. isn't
Look
it?
at his
I should
recent release. It
listen
was
to
so good. Kendrick Lamar.
If you like Lil Peep, do you like Lil Uzi as well?
I like Lil Uzi. I just think the music industry is weird because all these rappers become something that like they started off as like being these innocent artists, and then they end up either just doing drugs, killing themselves or talking about satanic shit. And for me, I don't really listen to music for that reason.
What's the guy who sung Gucci Gang, 6ix9ine?
Lil Pump.
Oh, Lil Pump. Well, look at Lil
What
Pump.
happened to him?
Yeah, exactly.
No, he's quite big now. My
Yeah, but
brother actually showed me. He's actually doing music again.
What about 6ix9ine though as well?
6ix9ine, he's like
He
not
just
really doing
that's
it.
what I mean. They just become like
It's just
pretty
the industry
lost.
and all the you know the gangs and everything. Just
all the
it's
money that
very
they earn as well.
and
It must
the money
confuse them so
it
much.
Must, yeah.
Imagine
for
making
sure.
a song and then all of a sudden here's 10 million.
But the thing
like,
is,
dollars.
they don't get all that money because like that money is tied to other things, and it's all confusing. Like, literally, the music industry is like a slave ship, from what I've heard and what I've like.
In fact,
researched.
I think more people now are trying to let go of their contracts with labels.
Yeah. Do you
They're
think that's because of
desperate to
Kanye?
leave.
Yeah, that's because of
Kanye posted literally, people were calling him crazy, but he posted 30 tweets at once of his contract, and it's like a long list of things in the contract, and it's basically just saying like he does not own any of the shit he's doing basically.
That's
Wow, that's
insane.
And he
sick.
and he's like, he said every single person who needs to show the contracts. And he even said that on Piers Morgan recently. He was like, show the contract. All artists, not just rap people, like athletes as well. Show
Even
the
to
contracts.
us.
We need to get it changed.
Even
because,
TikTokers.
you know, these people are owned. Like they're bought and sold.
Imagine owning Kanye's masters.
Universal had it, I
crazy.
think. Yeah,
I'm an ambassador for Beats as well. I'm an ambassador for them.
come on.
So I work
Plus
with
one.
Beats for
Oh, sick.
for this whole year.
Yeah.
And with them, I signed this contract with Beats. Pretty cool. So like, I still have to be careful with the videos I make for them because there's all these contracts and stuff that I've got to make sure I do in the right and everything.
Before we wrap up, I want to know what like big opportunities that you guys have been given through your platforms so far.
Each other.
Wow, that's
Life experience.
So like whether it's working with Beats, like
freedom.
what's the biggest thing that you have
Well,
gained or
the-
achieved?
Just the prospect of being able to live life on our own terms. That's a big opportunity.
Yeah.
For me, that's the biggest opportunity.
struggling to put £10 towards an Uber like to get here, like man. Like,
We're living life. Honestly,
we're living it.
Trust.
Yeah.
We got it all wrapped up.
But the other day, I actually
Like, that's so
I went to
funny.
speak in front of some executives like at YouTube,
Oh, sick.
Disney, you know, like Superdrug, Jack Daniels, and I was in a room, I was on a panel, and they literally just asking us questions. So like it's really cool the people you can meet from this.
Yeah,
Like,
it-
I've met
yeah,
people
yeah,
like
yeah.
I've met KSI, like for example, we met KSI.
Yeah.
Kanye.
No, I'm still waiting to meet Kanye, but
I got invited to Google. Google invited me to the headquarters, and it was like a little event. And I spoke to Cal Freezy, and
Yeah.
we got to speak to Cal Freezy, which was really cool for me because I watched him when I was younger, and it was like, damn, I get to see this YouTuber in person, and that kind of really was big for me because I was like, damn, I'm making content now, and Cal Freezy is right in front of me, and I'm having a conversation with him. I'm like, oh my god, a little bit starstruck. But I ended up getting his Instagram. He followed me back, and then I'm now like invited to his wedding, which is pretty sick.
Sick.
Yeah, he's gonna wear
You-
like
are you
kilts
actually?
and
That's
stuff.
some
Like,
you actually?
yeah.
really,
Yeah.
wow, that's mad.
So, Cal Freezy, if you're watching this, then if you remember your boy, don't forget the invite.
He doesn't remember.
Nah, he will, hopefully. I tried to DM like 10 times. But
10 times.
he didn't really answer.
He's not going to this wedding.
It was a good convo, though. It was like a 20-minute convo, which is quite cool.
So yeah, to sum it up.
Anyway, that's a cool
collaboration-
little opportunity.
Collaborations,
I got.
networking. It's amazing.
Guys, thank you so much for coming on.
And this podcast as well.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
That means a lot.
Appreciate it, man.
What
Thanks,
are we expecting next from you guys?
More content,
Making loads of money.
more growth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were
Enough
getting
money to
around.
order an Uber, at least.
Yeah.
To £10 Uber.
Next
like,
time we'll be on it with the Uber.
How do you even earn £10? Like, come on, man.
Yeah, seriously. Like, how do you earn £10?
How do you not spend £10?
An hour's shift, I think, maybe.
Yeah. I might have to get myself a Tesco job again. I'll get there.
Beats
Anyway.
ambassador.
Guys, thank you
Yeah.
so much for coming on. Thank you, man.
Thanks. Why are we clapping? Oh, just because
Clapping for
it's like
ourselves.
Why
It's
not?
the end of the pod, man.
Clapping's fun.
it was
guys did
good.
well.
Clapping is yeah, it's good.
Love it.
Thanks for that.